Hey, it's your boy, Mike the Situation, Sorrentino. Welcome to Statute of Limitations. It's the ultimate lineup. It's crooks.
This is not my fault that I stole this car.
It's con men.
This is my chance. I can be rich for life.
It's wannabe kingpins.
We all made together $500,000.
And queen pins.
It was basically a lounge of criminals.
These are stories of the non-violent lucky punks and Robin Hoods that dodge the law.
I could have gone to prison, not jail, prison.
Because here's the situation, baby. It's only a matter of time before the statute of limitations is up. And technically, you might walk away scot-free. But don't take it from me, guys. I'm obviously no lawyer. This is Statute of Limitations. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mike the Situation Sorrentino. On this episode, we have a car collector of other people's cars and a young couple who took the law into their own hands with the help of some FBI t-shirts. You know, the ones with FBI in the front, female body inspector on the back. Man, what a country. They sell everything at Venice Beach. Let's get right into it. Here's a young New Yorker playing a real-life game of Grand Theft Auto. In the Empire State, though, guys, that's no joke. Here's Moses.
Hey, what's up? My name is Moses. I ran a valet scam. It was over 20 years ago. It's beyond the statute of limitations, so I want to tell you about it. So I had a crazy-ass childhood. I grew up in a time where, crack cocaine hit the streets of New York, and it was decimating neighborhoods and households, including mine. A lot of times, we went hungry when we went without heat. We'd steal food. It was rough. And for me, my heroes, everybody I looked up to was the neighborhood drug dealers, the fancy cars, the beautiful women. When I entered my preteens, I'm selling drugs. I hit the streets running. It's what I did. I always had a small man complex, 20 years ago, I was a scrapper. I'm like 5'5", like 150 pounds back then. Raymond, that was like my right hand. Like, he was strong as me, he was fast as me. We was 18, failing at being a weed distributor. I smoked all the weed. All the pretty girls in the school smoked all my weed, so there was our weed business. So I was sitting there walking with my friend Raymond down the street, and we were desperate, like white stuff in the corner of our mouths, just actually hungry. Like, we don't even have energy to walk down the street. You just like, I wish somebody would just like hand me a bag of money, or a bag of money just dropped from the sky. So as I'm thinking these crazy thoughts, I'm walking by this valet stand, and I see this dude look just like me. Got, at the time I had braids, had long braids, had tattoos everywhere, and I see the exchange. So I'm like, hold on, they just so freely just giving it away, like there's no problem. You know what I'm saying? She ain't looking down or nothing. So thinking, scheming. I'm like, yo, I can do that. Like, you know what I mean? And so I turn to Raymond, I'm like, yo, what happened if we just had like the valet uniform and start stealing cars? And his biggest thing is like, where we gonna get them? So I'm thinking. My girl Alicia, her moms, they make wedding dresses and suits and everything. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna hit up Alicia. She gotta put it together for me. All right, boom. I'm thinking in my mind, we're gonna stay in Manhattan or New Jersey, but I didn't wanna do the restaurants. I didn't wanna do something small. I wanna keep it big. Just hit up like, Broadway, Lafayette, where it's shaking. There's a lot of valets, especially on a Friday, Saturday. For big events, there was like 4 or 5 temp agencies. We walked past just the scheme on it. As soon as we walked past, valet dude yelled at me and asked me why I wasn't valeting cars. And that's when things went crazy, because they actually thought we was actually working. So what we do, we get to work. So we're halfway doing the job. For me, it was like an affirmation, like, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to be here doing this. You know what I mean? So what we used to do is we had the key to the car that we were stealing, obviously, because we were driving it. And then we had the keys to the car we were bringing back. So on the way back, we picked up the cars for valet. And so it was smooth. So it wasn't like we were just leaving with cars and not coming back or anything. We was part of the circle of life, baby. In the beginning, I felt bad. Like, cause I was thinking, my mom's like, you're just giving me the key. Like, you ain't gonna see this ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? After a couple of joints, after making some couple dollars, feeding some family, I didn't care. Like, I was on it. at the smaller joints, we would stay for like an hour. For me, that was just like my limit. Because as soon as we come back to the other car, the first joint is gone. So we good money. So it's like clockwork. And then like you go uptown, meet with this one dude, and we was getting paid around anywhere from like, $3,000 to $5,000 per car, depending on what it was, The biggest thing that you could steal back then was the Escalade with the double doors, the all black joints, with the Bose surround system, in there smelling like vanilla ice. And I didn't even think about it. We were stealing the stuff that was in the car before we can get the car. Like, we was like, go to glove boxes and stuff like that. Somebody had a couple dollars, somebody had a gun before, some weed. So it was like little gift prizes within the bigger prize and everything. So it was good money. I came back, we was the hood saviors, you know what I mean? And ain't nobody went hungry that night. It was steak and lobster like a mobster for weeks, like, you know what I mean? Like, people weren't spending their food stamps that month, like, for real. Everybody in the projects, we took them school shopping. We were able to help some of our friends start up legitimate businesses and stuff like that. When we started going to these bigger joints, we was getting like 15, 20, 25 cars, and it was just like in the same amount of time, just moving, shaking. I remember this one night, it was this one dude, and he had this old red Mustang, like 60s or something, Fast and Furious in the face with it, revving up unnecessarily, like next to us. And so he looks at me, and he's like, yo, if there's one scratch on this is gonna be your ass.
Don't mess up my car.
The whole time that scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, we stole the Freud, went on a joyride, I was like, I'm just gonna hit the city, hit the West Side Highway real quick, a couple of times, like, I need some time with your car. This one's personal. I wanted to get him, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, never gonna see this, you know what I'm saying? So, boom, took the joint. So I'm headed back to the site. I pull up to the valet stand, B. Before I can even get down there, I seen it just swarmed with police, B. Mad police, like police everywhere, like somebody got bodied. I'm like, boom, dude in the muscle car, he must have had some type of low jack system on, you know what I'm saying?
11825, code 6, 105 North Avenue, 52.
I think I almost dookie on myself, for real. Like, I literally wet farted on myself. To keep it real, I was like clenching my butt cheeks together, dumb hard, pulling up. I just see, like, I could have turned and just went somewhere else. But for some reason, I just can't stop. I was like paralyzed with fear, like, oh. And it was just like, the window was down, to kind of get some of the wet fart out of there. Like, I'm just like driving into this.
Like, I'm going to jail for grand theft auto. Like, it's a wrap. It's over there. They figured this out.
Bro, that was way nasty, man. Damn, Moses. Anyway, so much for a clean getaway. They should arrest him for giving us that visual, right? For real, come on. Is he gonna get popped or have an accident? Next on Statute of Limitations. We are back, guys, with more Statute of Limitations. As Moses, a guy stealing fast cars for some fast cash, is about to have his career of crime come to a screeching halt. And he's in a stolen whip when he spots the cops ahead, and he damn near causes an accident. Check this out.
I pull up to the valet stand, B. I seen it just swarmed with police, B. Mad police. But for some reason, I just can't stop. I was like paralyzed with fear, like, oh. Like, I'm just like driving into this. Like, I'm going to jail for grand theft auto. Like, it's a wrap. It's over there. They figured this out. So, almost on myself. The window was down, to kind of get some of the wet fart out of there. And then I like went past the cop. He like looked at the car. And I just had to throw in the white boys. How you doing? And they didn't even look at me. They didn't pay me no attention. They didn't say hi back, nothing. Like, just let me go. Like, they were like in their business. I go around the back of the parking lot. I projectile the vomit. Son, I needed some exorcist and just got out of the car and ran my ass the home. So I'm stressed out all night. I know in my heart that I'm going to jail. Like I'm already in jail. Like, I'm like hardening myself. Like, I'm in the mirror, like making my face look tough. Any given moment, they go to bang down my joint for grand theft auto. What do you know? Like, I don't know, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, knock at the door. Mind you, I live in the hood. Don't knock on my door. Like, there's no reason. Like, if you know me, you would just walk in. Like, you know what I'm saying? So my joint is just beating out of my chest. I'm almost at the point that I'm accepted of it. Like, I'm almost ready to just go out and say, F it, I did it. You know, like, just take me away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. I stood in front of the door for like, it felt like it was forever. Palms are sweaty. And so last minute, I just like concocted this story. You know what I'm saying? I'm a thinker. At least that's how I feel about myself. It was some bullshit ass story, and I was confident with it. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I opened the door. It's the police. Like, everything is done. It wasn't like aggressive cop. It was a detective, clean-cut detective, and he was just, hey, good morning, sir. This would have been the friendliest arrest ever, right? Like, what the hell's going on? So it's like, hey, we've recovered some stolen cars. Then I'm like, like, trying to hold on here. And one of the cars happened to be yours. Yo, I forgot that I drove my car to there. So that exonerated me. So they thought I was a victim. We never got caught. It was just too close of a call, you know? It was crazy, but I never did that again. I look in retrospect, I look at all the crime, look at the madness, I look how I grew up, and I don't condone this, I don't condone crime, but the passion and everything that I have from it, it's like I apply it to legitimate legal things. Today, I'm actually a salesman. I sell Kirby vacuums, I've sold gym memberships, I sell timeshare. I'm a dad, I'm a grandpa, I have tons of friends. I love what I do. So that's what it is. Take it or leave it, but that's my story. I love the Statute of Limitations.
Moses got the break he so desperately needed when he hit the brakes on his life of crime. Now, here's a life lesson. If your parents ever told you could be anything you want in life, it's kind of true. Just ask these next two people, because they decided to impersonate a couple of federal agents, a crime that could have earned them 3 years in the federal prison. It's a story that involves a drug dealer, a dog, right? And one very lucky duo. Here's Joe and Todd.
Hi, I'm Joe.
I'm Todd.
And in the early 2000s, we impersonated federal officers and committed grand theft.
And now the statute of limitations is up on this one, so
we're admitting this.
we're going to tell you our crazy story. So yeah, we met in college. We were both at the same bar, and
After a football game,
yep,
we won.
a little embarrassing. She was sitting next to me while I was with my friends, and we were having a pitcher drinking contest, and I spilled a little on her instead of slapping me. We got to talking, and the rest is history. Yeah, we ended up dating for the rest of college, and then got out and got a place in Santa Monica together.
We loved our apartment. It was everything we dreamed of. I put up fresh flowers,
I had my big screen TV.
and we even had room for our dog, Mac. His friend Mike had a friend who needed a place to stay.
We were going on vacation, and
We would
the place
be
was
out of
going to be
town
empty anyway, and so
And we needed someone to feed our dog.
he said, okay, let's hook him up and let him stay there. So we get back from our vacation, which was awesome,
Lovely.
and walk in the front door, and everything is gone.
Worst of all, he stole our puppy. So I don't know if you've ever experienced being robbed, but there's no feeling like it. You feel violated, you feel betrayed, you're afraid to stay in your house.
Just a punch to the gut, man.
Constantly, every noise, you're wondering if somebody's in there, if it's gonna happen again now that they know where you live, even though there's nothing left to take.
This guy cleaned us out.
Couch, TV,
Dishes.
pictures off the wall.
Everything. Even our dog bed was gone. It literally looked like a moving company had come in and just... We called Mike and we said, what the F? Your buddy just cleaned us out. And, Mike sounded as shocked as we did, but sympathized with us and was able to give us the address for where his buddy lived. And so, of course, we're hard charging. We're going to go get our stuff back. And so...
Your dog.
And our dog. So we rolled over to this guy's house and pounded on his door, and then he answered, and, I was this close to leading with my fist and asking questions after, but, we ended up intimidating him pretty good.
And he unfortunately said that he owed his drug dealer money and gave him all of our possessions. Who gives a dog to a drug dealer?
And that was the only way he could think of to pay back what he owed. Now we're in a situation where he doesn't have our stuff, but he knows who has our stuff. So we take it a step further and we get him to tell us, where does his drug dealer live?
We tell him now he owes us. He owes us the name of the dealer. And I smash a bunch of his stuff to show him we mean business.
Because in our minds,
Get it.
we can go there to get our stuff back.
So I know it sounds crazy, and at the time it felt crazy when we got the address of the drug dealer. But we wanted revenge, and he had our dog.
So we decided to take matters into our own hands. I don't know, neither of us really has experience with drug dealers, so we're trying to think of how can we get our stuff back without getting ourselves into a dangerous situation.
And we're trying to come up with some kind of plan.
We can't just walk in there as Todd and Joe. I mean, we need to be something scary, like the actual police.
Or the FBI. We do live near Venice, and we have seen those t-shirts that they sell in the shops. Those FBI t-shirts, the female body inspector. We got a couple and went to the costume store.
A decent poster with a
Bad.
lifelike prop gun. And
Aviators.
yeah,
Agent Dangle.
yeah, that's who we were. And I was Agent Smith, of course.
Oh, we printed out a search warrant that we found on Google.
That's right.
And since we had the guy's name, we actually put it on there to make it official.
Yep. So
And we went and served him. He was staying in Westchester in this really seedy place. He looked like a badass, babe. So we pounded on the door just like the movies.
then she shouted, "Federal agents."
And he answers the door and we kick it open. And he
Falls back.
falls back. This scrawny little white dude.
First thing out of my mind is low-level drug dealer. He's clearly not running the show.
Lip quivering, eyes watering. And I'm like, sit down.
Joe, don't play, man. I mean, listen, the fake outfits, the fake warrants, these guys got balls right here. It's about to go down. This right here is a movie. What happens when two regular folks pretending to be the feds confront a drug dealer? I love this. I don't know about you guys, but find out on Statute of Limitations next. Welcome back, guys, to Statute of Limitations, where a brave pair of people, Joe and Todd, are pretending to be FBI agents with a dealer who's got their stuff, including their dog. This right here, we're not playing around. So while most people would have just called the cops, they took the law into their own hands. I love this right here, guys. Now, we're about to find out why they made the perfect call. Check this out.
First thing out of my mind is low-level drug dealer. He's clearly not running the show.
Lip quivering, eyes watering. And I'm like, sit down. We know what you've been doing. We know who you are. We know who you run with. We know who you sell to. We have been watching your sorry ass for months, and we got you.
You're throwing jargon out there, cross-state distributing, intent to sell, money laundering. I mean, you're giving him the laundry list,
yeah.
waving the warrant around a little bit. So
then I decided I'd be a little good cop and start talking to him while I took a look.
Yeah,
around.
I took off through the rest of the house, looking for our dog, looking for our stuff. I called out to Mac, didn't hear him bark, but I did see, drug paraphernalia, a gun on his desk actually, which is a little frightening.
It was a good thing I didn't know about the gun, because I was going full dangle on Mr. Dealer. I was saying, do you know what they do to guys like you in federal prison? They will turn you into burger. You will sideways, keeping them distracted. You know what I mean?
I looked in the bedroom, looked in the kitchen, went through closets. I did not see any evidence of our stuff, unfortunately. But in his bedroom, I looked in the closet, and there was a safe. He left the safe open, and so when I looked inside, there was a decent amount of cash in there. So, I said to myself, if we can't get our stuff back, he's got to compensate us somehow. So
There's me.
I pocketed all the cash and walked out, and I showed her the money, and
I had to have a look-see. So I quickly looked around the apartment, and what did I find in the closed bathroom?
yeah, Mac.
Our puppy.
Yeah. He was happy to see us. We didn't get the dog bed back though, but we got our dog.
No. So on the way out, holding our dog, I said, we're still watching you. We're going to be watching
We
you.
know this isn't your dog though, so if you don't want another felony on your record, we're taking
No,
the
you
dog.
can be free, but I'm taking the dog.
Right.
For a couple of weeks, we wondered, like, did anyone see us leave? Was the dealer going to come after us?
You know, fortunately for us, we never heard from Mike's friend or the drug dealer again. Did get enough money to put a decent upgrade on our place. I mean, we got a new love seat, new couch, TV. I got a new PlayStation.
Matt got a new dog bed.
Matt got a new dog bed.
Got new dishes.
Oh.
And enough money for a second dog.
Yeah, little Lucy.
At the time, it felt good. I don't regret getting my dog back, but we would never do something that stupid again.
In hindsight, if it had been someone else on the other side of that door, we probably would have been
Dead.
or severely hurt or in a lot different situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The real FBI isn't going to be pounding on our door.
No, once that time expired.
And we aren't stupid enough to do it again.
No.
Ever.
No, never.
Or let anyone spend the night at our house now that we have nicer.
And that's our story.
I'm pretty sure, guys, if Big Daddy Sis tried to impersonate an FBI agent today, the feds would come for me really, really hard. But Joe and Todd pulled it off. Be sure to check out some more stories of everyday folks confessing some crazy crimes. I'm Mike the Situation Sorrentino, reminding you, being found guilty and feeling guilty are two very, very different things. Trust me, guys. Peace. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and it is not legal advice. The statute of limitations are complicated and depend on many factors. If you need advice, you should seek legal counsel from a competent attorney in your jurisdiction.